Gina Haspel, Donald Trump's CIA director, has not been with this administration as long as some of the other people in the cabinet, although she's actually been there longer than some of the people in the cabinet, considering the very high turnaround that he seems to have. But nonetheless, she is running into the exact same problem that her predecessor and colleagues all ran into, and that is Donald Trump doesn't want to pay attention to any of his intelligence briefings. According to a new report by the New York Times, Donald Trump gets so distracted, in fact, that even the buzzing of houseflies can take his attention away from the intelligence briefings that he kind of needs to know about in order to keep this country safe and functioning. Houseflies. The President of the United States cannot focus on what the CIA director is telling him because apparently the White House is just filled with flies, to the point that after one particular meeting where there were so many flies, Trump couldn't keep his attention and he started getting angry at the flies. Afterwards, Gina Haspel sent him some fly paper so that they could get rid of the flies and then maybe in the future focus on the intelligence briefings. Also, according to the report, Gina Haspel has had to use a little bit of her charm, although she is not supposed to be using any of her spy tactics to persuade him and hold his attention, which is a very weird thing to include in that article. But she says she kind of uses her charm. Everybody describes it as, she uses her way with words and charts and graphs and pictures to hold the president's attention. And here's the thing about this, which, again, we have discussed this plenty of times in the past. The president has to be able to pay attention to those daily intelligence briefings. It doesn't matter if the room he's in is on fire. Those intelligence briefings are important to the safety and security of the United States. George W. Bush made the horrible decision to ignore some of his intelligence briefings, and that's what led to a lot of the problems within his administration. After 9/11, he stopped ignoring those intelligence briefings. Obama didn't ignore the intelligence briefings, but Trump can't even focus on what his CIA director is saying if there happens to be a fly in the room. This man does not have the attention span to properly serve as the President of the United States. We need somebody that can hold their attention for 5, 10, 15 minutes, maybe even a few hours at a time if necessary. But Trump can't even go 5 minutes. We have seen footage of him in meetings. Other people start talking, he starts messing with the cups and the water bottles and all kinds of things. He's looking over, looking around. He's not paying attention to what they're saying. But then, and this is what's scary about it, not knowing what the other people said, he then makes a decision based on the little snippets that did make their way into his brain. That's dangerous. And anybody who thinks that's not dangerous clearly doesn't understand what's actually happening in Washington, D.C. The president has to be able to pay attention. And if they're not, then it's time to get them out of office and put somebody in there who is capable of keeping their attention on a speaker for more than 5 minutes. One of our video sponsors today is Simple Habit. Simple Habit is a program that offers you multiple different types and styles and lengths of guided meditations. And right now, Simple Habit is offering a free 7-day trial to our Ring of Fire audience. Just go to simplehabit.com/Ring of Fire to sign up for your free 7-day trial. Now, the scientific benefits of meditation have been proven time and time again. It helps reduce anxiety, it reduces stress, it helps alleviate pain, it can help with depression, and it's an overall good way to help regulate and learn to control your emotions, according to scientific studies. Now, me personally, I have trouble falling asleep at night. I have a lot of thoughts running through my head, and it's been difficult for me to find a way to kind of relax, calm down, and push everything out of my head. So I've actually been using Simple Habit recently. I've been using one of their guided meditations that you use before you go to sleep. And I can't tell you how much this has helped me. It's calming, it's relaxing, and it allows me to finally fall asleep. And there are all kinds of guided meditations available. There's some for the morning, for afternoon, when you get home from work, taking a break from work, relaxing on a weekend day. There's all kinds of things for you to try. So remember, just check out simplehabit.com/ringofire. And right now, all of our viewers can get 7 days free. simplehabit.com/ringofire.